Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. My name is Jason. Welcome today to my whiskey review here on my channel. We're going to be reviewing the Macallan Edition No.2. Now this is something that was released pretty much 2 years ago. And when it was released, they sort of released this and people were like, what are the editions? And this is where Macallan features a sort of special link to something linked to the Macallan. So edition No.1, which pretty much is now long gone and discontinued. If any of you guys have got that, let me know in the comment section because I haven't tried that one yet. Edition No.2 being this one, and this is not my bottle. I want to say a massive shout out to Jez. He loaned me the Macallan Classic Cut and he sort of wanted me to review the Macallan. So thank you very much, Jez. I'm actually going to leave our links to our whiskey club, which we founded called the London Whiskey Club. Feel free to go and join it as well. If you're in London, we can share a dram sometime. Now, in terms of the actual edition No.3 was actually linked to perfumery and aroma. And they linked that to the Macallan and edition No.4, which I just released a video on. If you're interested in that one, I'll leave it here in the top corner to sort of mark the launch of the new Macallan distillery. So edition No.2, it's linked to the Roca brothers from Spain, and they sort of have this limited edition No.2, where each one of them chose a cask, and they linked up with Bob Delgado from Macallan, the whiskey maker, and they made this whiskey. So in terms of the whiskey, it's a no-age statement, bottled at 48.2%. If you guys are new to the editions, the ABV, normally the last digit, so it should be 48 point, and it should be 0.2 being edition 2, 0.3 being 3, and 0.4 being 4, and they should probably follow that to edition 5 and 6 to mark each 6 pillars of Macallan. So the actual cask selection of this one as well, it's actually got the cask over here, so you've got Joseph, Joan, and Jordi, and Bob Delgado, and each one of them, I'll probably leave a picture on the screen of which casks they did choose. And the Roca brothers have voted the best restaurant in the world twice. So they got this little pairing with the Macallan. So in overall, in terms of the actual distillery, it is the Macallan Distillery. They're owned by the parent company, the Edgerton Group, and they are located in Speyside, Scotland. Now, the actual price point on that bottle, according to what Jez told me, I think he picked it up for £78 when it was first released. So around about the exact same price I paid for the edition No.4. But in terms of exclusivity, it is exclusive and most places now don't actually have any more of this in stock as it is sold out. So in terms of caramel colouring, it doesn't have any caramel colour. This is all natural. So let's jump straight into the nose. So jumping straight into the nose for the edition 2, this has got all the characters, I have to admit, this is all the characters that got me into whiskey. When I was first working my way into whiskies, I went through a very heavy sherry sort of favouring or preferred style of whiskey. And then I started getting into Islay and Campbelltown. But this one for me just reminds me of when I started getting back into that journey and developing my palate, tasting these different fruits. This one, it's got straight away a lot of these dried fruits, those raisins, those figs, those dates, that prune cake, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, candied ginger, which you can get from the health shops, muscovado sugar. It's almost like they've put this in a pan and it's just caramelizing it out and it's just adding a little bit more of a sweetness to it. And those oily walnuts. It's got pretty much what I'd say is perfect for a very well sherried nose on it. Really great stuff on the nose, and I didn't expect that. I was sort of more going on the palate, so can't wait to jump in the palate next. Into the palate, Slanger. So to begin things now on the palate, I got exactly what I was expecting, what it's linked with, what it's supposed to be instantly when I put it on the palate. I'm getting that velvety, I'd say like to say a full texture, but it feels like it's just got a little bit weaker. Maybe that's the oxidization because this is almost finished. But in terms of the overall texture, it's like I'd say a very light medium, quite full in texture, velvety, mouth coating, nice viscosity about it. It's got this character, I'd like to say straight away, I wouldn't want to say fruity, but I'm getting this gingery warmth, a classic sort of thing that I get sometimes with very rich and very well sherried whiskies, and then I'm diving into these fruitier profiles. But it's an interesting one. It's almost like a rum and raisin ice cream, where you've sort of taken you've been a bit picky, you've had the whole tub to yourself, and you've chosen this little bit where you're getting this really rich rummy character, and you're getting these actual raisin bits inside, and you can feel that chewy character as you're biting through them. You're getting this vanilla ice cream next up, and then you're getting these spices, this nutmeg, this little bit cinnamon, allspice. and now you're working into that fruitier profile, these prunes. I want to say it's almost like a fig cake as well, not really a fruit cake, but a fig cake. And then you get this slight licoricey note on the end where it slightly turns on you a little bit and becomes ever so faintly a little bit bitter on it. But it's still got this nice fruity profile which holds out quite well. So that's about it for the actual palate. Let's get into the finish. Let's hope it stays up on there, into the finish. So now, getting into the overall finish for this whiskey, I'm actually getting a lot more of this like sort of spicy heat to it, which I actually didn't anticipate coming off the palate. But it's almost like you've got sweet cloves, a little bit of that gingery warmth, not so much of a peppery spice, and then you're getting these fruitier profiles really sort of unraveling themselves on the finish of this whiskey. It does hold up quite long because of that spice. It prolongs itself, gives it a nice long finish, but it can be a little bit hot in the beginning. So I'm going to leave that down here. I'm going to give you guys my rating, and I'm actually going to give this one over here a 90 out of 100. Now, Macallan, I know they're pricey, but if I ever saw an edition number 2, and if I had the option of edition 2, 3, and 4, I'm always going to buy the 4. If you guys haven't seen my review on that one, go and check it out. I'll leave it linked here in the bottom of the video. But if I saw edition number 2 and edition number 3, and this was £78 or £80, I have to go and buy that. For me, that's something that I really liked in it. And it's got some really great profiles on it. And it just reminds me of when I started my whiskey adventure. Those palatable profiles with these fruity aspects, a little bit of rum and raisin, and then you get these vanilla characters, and it just really interlocks very well, which I think I really like. So I know for a fact I like that. So so in terms of overall value for money at around about 80, I can see myself picking that up. It's not 40%, and it's also got a much more fruitier palate, which I actually like quite a bit. In terms of would I add water, if you do want to fancy adding water, it does take down that spice, but it does also take down the texture on the palate. So do consider that if you have this bottle at home. In terms of time, give it as much time as you want. Let it breathe. I actually left one of my samples when I tasted it the first time for almost 30 minutes in the glass. Yes, I left my whiskey for that long, but it did evolve further and it made it a bit more softer, so the spice wasn't so evident. So overall, 90 out of 100 means that I will actually buy one of these myself, and it's something that I really enjoyed. So let me know if you tried it, and what's your favorite Macallan edition? Or actually, no, what's your favorite Macallan? Let me know down below in the comment section. But on that note, I'm going to leave the video at that. If you guys have enjoyed the video, feel free to drop it a thumbs up. Mr. Banana's back to normal. We're going to get now into another series which has been requested, which is Deanston. So by all means, if you have a series that you'd like me to do, leave it down below in the comment section. But on that note, this has been me, JasonWhiskyWise. If you have enjoyed, drop it a like, subscribe, and hit any of those videos on screen to watch some more Macallan videos. But and I'll catch you all for the next video. Slàinte.